and gentlemen, please join us in congratulating our varsity senior men and women basketball players.
Jake here, senior, and this Jake is very easy to talk about when you come to players because he has become the consummate teammate, tremendously respected by our players. And we have a saying on the team that the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. And he has been part of the pack and a strong wolf for us in every sense of the word, in how he's addressed the younger players, how he relates to the players that are playing with him on the court. Yesterday, I think Jake is the kind of person we call a character kid, a CK kid, a character kid. And his character only shows at certain times away from the spotlight because I don't think he is in the spotlight a whole lot. And we had a situation yesterday where we brought up Nicky Farrell to play for us finally, and we were scrimmaging a little bit, and we wanted to get Nicky in, and we kind of had him on the sideline, and Jake was out there playing, and we stopped the action for whatever reason. The ball went out of bounds, and Jake says, "Coach, I'm going to let Nicky come in for me now. I'm going to let Nicky come in for me. He should be able to get in to play now for me for a little bit. So I'll go out and let him come in." And I thought that was rather remarkable and shows you the kind of character that Jake Sherbloom has, because doesn't get a lot of action on the court in a regular game. Seizes it when he has the opportunity in practice, okay? And then when he has the opportunity in practice to excel and shine and be on the court with his buddies and compete, he gives up that precious time to a teammate. And you can't ask for something better than that, okay? And many athletes will tell you what was the most complimentary thing they could ever have said about them. And they'll all tell you this, almost down to the last person. Well, the most important thing to me was always to be a good teammate, and that's what he is. And Sarah, I think you and your husband should be very, very proud of this young man. And I know you and I go back a lot of years with teaching and singing our national anthem, and it was special to me to have the opportunity to coach your son and call him a friend now, okay? Because I do listen to his counsel and his advice. And not only that, I think he's going to contribute in the future as well, okay? And I always talk about Nick Sherbloom to people for the impact he's made upon everybody here. And we can't remember, at least I can't remember, going back in time when Jake did not participate in anything we were doing, was always there, you know? And loyal, took a lot of pride in what he was doing, and that will, of course, be qualities that you'll see beyond high school Jake. Because one thing I didn't know about Jake that I discovered was that he is a fantastic graphic design artist. And he plans on going to the Mass School of Art to study and work on his graphic design skills, which are immense. And I think you might be the first graphic design player I've had here in quite a while. I can't remember the last one I've had with graphic design. So I'll be following you in everything that you do. But Jake, thank you for the opportunity. You've made me a better coach and a better teacher by just being on the team and what you do. And the impact that you made. I think Teddy Roosevelt said it best about you. Whenever I read his poem, The Man in the Arena, and if you have an opportunity to read The Man in the Arena by Teddy Roosevelt, please read it, because he must have wrote it with Jake Sherbloom in mind. Okay, so read it. I won't give it to you now. But, tremendous to have you on this team. Great experience. So thank you, Jake.
All right.
Well, all of our players are special, but this one represents a special of the specials because we've been together for so long. I was talking to your parents. I can't remember when. I don't remember you not being with us or around for everything that we've done. Consequently, it has fallen upon our relationship, I guess, to my advantage to rely on you for advice, counsel, direction. Whenever I had a problem with anything, we'd go right to Brendan Whitelaw for the answer, okay? And he's a problem solver in many regards. And one thing that he's always managed to do on the court is get it done. We call him 3D because his affinity and ability to hit the three-point shot, he's worked on that his entire career, become very good at it, and also because of his defense. And 2 years ago at Assumption, he said to me one time when I was talking to him, he says, "Coach, I want to guard the best player on the other team." And now he does, and he will today. And that's something that Brendan has developed over time and become very, very good at. There's no doubt that all of those attributes that he brings have distinguished him as being one of our basketball captains, along with Shea Scavera. And I couldn't ask for two better leaders on the team. And as I say, in order to be a good leader, you have had to have been a good follower. And Brendan Whitelaw is a great follower. And now it is his time to share the burden of leadership, and he's done that remarkably well, especially in these times. I can't tell you the times that I've relied on him, okay, for many, many things, for an honest assessment, an honest answer. Brendan Whitelaw and Shea Scavera both, okay, and I've known you for many, many years, never told a coach what they wanted to hear. They always told them what they needed to hear. And I was always appreciable and grateful for that. He's a student of the game with a special acumen for basketball. I think he'll make a fine coach someday. His plans for college, and he has a number of options here. And I think he's going to perhaps play beyond the high school level if it's the right fit for him. He's seeking that out now at such schools as Assumption, AIC, Springfield College, University of New England, where he wants to pursue a career in physical therapy. And I think he's going to be a fine physical therapist. But before that, I think he's going to enjoy a further career in basketball at some level. So Brendan, it's been a fine season, remarkably well for us. And thank you for navigating through this mosaic season of a pandemic with us. Somebody once said, we are successful, or I was successful, because I was able to stand on the shoulder of giants. And this is a giant young man with big shoulders, and he has carried us this year on the basketball court and off the court. Shea Scavera is very, very special, and certainly going to be an all-star this year. And he's worked hard to achieve that status. But more importantly, I think, is the fact that he is our basketball captain, one of our two captains. And that sometimes becomes what we call the burden of leadership. And it's not always fun, but he has navigated that responsibility very, very well. And I'm so proud of him, because this is a very, very special team in a season that has been just a challenge to us in many, many ways. But we often call him the Manimal, because I always thought sometimes he was half man and half animal. And I don't want to disturb Bree in saying that, because I know, Bree, you were a fine athlete yourself and swimmer, and I had the opportunity to teach you. And Tommy, excellent in basketball and a great baseball catcher. Mike Diamond said to say hello to you, because I thought I'd see you today. And it's special, as I said to some other parents, for me, very special and privileged to have the opportunity to coach your son and teach him today. And that's just one of the special things about forming a relationship. And that I get to see him play and coach him is certainly something that I've always looked forward to do, and I will certainly miss him. But we have some work to do before that ever happens here. Shea, besides playing basketball, was also a fantastic cross-country runner. And I know that those viewing the YouTube today will look at him and say, man, that body coming down the hill would scare the bejesus out of me. Okay? But he was very accomplished, and that's helped him tremendously on the basketball court. But also I want to, as I said, thank him for his counsel, advice that he's given me and the coaching staff, all of us. Shea's plans are to attend the University of New England in Biddeford, Maine, for Coach Ed Silver up there, where he will be a nor'easter. Did you know that they are the nor'easters? Where he will be a nor'easter. So I'm looking forward, if he decides and commits up there, because he's got some other coaches in the recruiting line for him as well, which I think is very complimentary of Shea, that other coaches would want not only to bring him into their program for his skills, but for what he brings in leadership on and off the court. So Shea, thank you very much for the opportunity and privilege to coach you. It's been wonderful, and I think we can now get some pictures. If you could harness the world's energy and put it into a body, one body, this would be the body it's in, and it has been harnessed. Because nobody I know has more energy than this young man here, Ryan Wager. And it has just been a joy to watch him play on the court, and actually watch him play in a multitude of sports, because if anybody's played more sports around here, I don't know. Fine golfer, participates in baseball, plays basketball, probably wanted to be a wrestler like his dad, but couldn't fit it in. He's done tremendously well with boxing, and they did a fantastic story on him in the paper, and he deserved it. And my understanding is he's going to try out for football. So tune in for this story, because this guy can do it all. But I wanted to tell you that whenever we needed a momentum change in a game, we looked to Ryan Wager to change the momentum of the game. And that's what he can do. Because he goes in, he changes the momentum, he harnesses energy, and he brings energy to us individually and as a team. And I'm so proud of him for doing that. He's worked hard to develop his basketball skills. Nobody works harder than Ryan Wager. Okay? I love coaching him for that reason. He's never, ever satisfied with anything. And he'll tell you that. And he's let me know that many, many times. Consequently, I gave him the nickname Nails, because he's as tough as nails. They don't come tougher than this guy right here. All right? And you'll see things from him in the future. I'm looking forward to watching him in football and some of the other sports he participates in. Amiable, likable, a great teammate. His plans, a little uncertain with his college plans right now, but I think he plans on looking into Worcester State College and looking into some business careers, which I think will be great. This guy is going to own a corporation someday, all right? And it'll have to be in the energy business somewhere. I don't know where, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm very proud to call him one of my players, and now a good friend. So thank you, Ryan, very much, okay? Very fortunate, privileged to have with us Devin Pride. We call him the D-Train because of the way he gets up and down the floor in the transition game, and a lot of that due to his buddies and his point guard who recognize his ability to run. He can run like a deer, or like a Devin, as we say. But I also want to thank Devin also for his patience and understanding, and just understanding the development that took place in getting him to be an important contributor and a starter this year along with Ryan Koval. Because last year, Devin had maybe the misfortune, although we were fortunate, to have played behind two all-star forwards. And it's very difficult to tell an up-and-coming junior that, listen, there may not be a lot of minutes for you because these guys are pretty good and they're all-stars and they might win a league for us and get us to the playoffs on the clock, which they did, and you might have to just kind of learn and develop. And he was very, very patient in doing that. And for that, I think it paid off this year because he's been our leading scorer in a couple of games, and he's made an impact for us this year, a real bona fide player and a real good leader as you watch his progressions as a floor leader and somebody that the team respects. One of the most focused players that I've ever coached. Nothing seems to bother Devin. He's steady, focused, cool, calm, and collective in everything that he does. His college plans are pretty remarkable and astonishing. He's a very smart young man. He's already been accepted to Hofstra University, and will plan to study marketing and business down there, business marketing, which I think is a great career for him. I wanted to ask him one reason that he picked Hofstra besides business marketing. I don't know if he knows it, but I'll ask him this question because I think if he doesn't know this, he ought to. What are the Hofstra athletic teams known as? What is their mascot? What are they called?
The Pride.
They are the Pride, see? So he's going down to the Pride, which I think is, yes, which is fitting, and for him to go down there where he will become a very, very successful career. And I've always told Devin that I felt that his athletic skills and development and the skill set he has won't stop. He's going to continue to get better. I think that he ought to try to be a walk-on down there and introduce himself to the coach and say, here I am, take a look at what I got, I'm willing to work hard, nothing bothers me, I'll contribute in any way I can to make the team better, and I think you have a shot at it. Okay, so thank you for being with us here today, Devin. You're so honored and recognized, and it's been a pleasure to coach you. Okay, a lot of fun. So now we can maybe get some. Okay, well, we have a honoring our seniors today and recognizing them in simply a special year. Certainly, it's our tradition here to recognize our seniors and honor and certainly thank them for the years of service and commitment and play. This year's been like no other, where the challenges have been really almost insurmountable in a mosaic year of a pandemic. But Nikki is with us today, Nikki Farrell. And his mom and dad, and it's kind of special for me in many ways because his mom played for me back in the 1990s, my point guard down there, cerebral player, great athlete here in softball as well, and it's special for her, especially today, and his dad, to have you with Nikki in this presentation. Who thought back then that this would ever happen when you had your son playing basketball for us as well? This is a great just a exciting time for that to have happen. Jamie also was our scorekeeper this year, where she got to see Nikki play. And Nikki is an outstanding baseball player as well. I think that's his concentrated sport. We'd love to have him here in basketball. He's one of the most selfless individuals that I've ever coached. In fact, we worked out something with Nikki where he went down to the sub-varsity, not only to get minutes and play, but we needed him down there in this type of year to work with our younger players and our sub-varsity team down there with Coach Hoekstra, who thinks immensely of you. And we recognize your ability to communicate with the youngsters, teach, and coach. And they needed it down there. Nicky went down, and he was a student assistant coach at that level and was tremendous what he did. What you're going to see this year is not his statistics in the Central Mass scoring columns. He did break records with scoring or rebounds. But what you're going to see in future years of all those statistics are going to show up with our younger players that he got to teach and be a role model to, that they can now emulate. So, Nicky, I can't thank you enough for that. We maybe didn't get you as many times as we wanted with the co-awarded teams, with the season we had with the varsity, but you're with us now. Well, we know that Nicky's going to be coaching with us, most likely coaching my fellas in the spring, summer, and fall, because he has a vast knowledge on how to do that. And he's very good at it, and he has some special talent and skills in that area. Nicky is going to move on with his collegiate plans to the University of Southern Maine, okay, for a career in, looks like business. We hopefully get him into the University of Southern Maine because, interestingly, Jamie is also a graduate of the University of Southern Maine. So, like mom, like son, and I'm sure both of you are very, very proud of Nicky's accomplishments and what he's done this season, and met a lot of challenges head on, and we're very happy to have him as one of our recognized and honored seniors. So thank you very much, Nicky. I'm very privileged to welcome our point guard, senior Ryan Koval, with us today, and this is a very special occasion because I had the opportunity to both teach his mom and his dad, who's here today, and mom is working. So it's kind of special when you get an opportunity to coach the son of those that you've coached and played and taught. What a year this young man has had for us in a, like I said, a mosaic season for us, and in hitting all the challenges and making it succeed for us. But Ryan last year had the misfortune of playing behind two marvelous point guards that we had in the championship season. And I kept telling him all the time, just got to be patient, Ryan. Develop, listen, instruct. Your time will come. Your time will come. Well, as we all know, that's a very difficult thing for a youngster to understand. Finally, it clicked for him this year that he is the man. And without him running the floor generalship of our team, we wouldn't have been able to meet the challenges that we've had in the teams that we've played and the success that we've had winning on the court. You know, Angry Ryan became Smart Ryan, General Ryan Koval, as I call him now, the floor general. And his leadership on the court has been just very, very apparent for all of us. Not only that, he's emerged, and it's good to see when youngsters make progressions successfully, as he has, into a team setting where the team now considers him a senior leader, and really a reward for his competitiveness, because he's always been competitive, sometimes so competitive, but now he's able to funnel that energy, okay, into the right directions. Ryan is also a tremendous baseball player as well, playing for his dad and here at Quabbin, and fine athlete overall. He will be moving on to college somewhere. He's undecided where he wants to go, but I think Ryan is interested in a career in criminal justice, which is tremendous because I think he'll have an outstanding career in that area and field. So Ryan, thank you for the privilege of coaching you this season. It's been wonderful and a wonderful experience. We have a game later on today. General Ryan Koval.
Our two seniors, Casey McCreevy and Julia Hamill, are already well aware of how their teammates and coaches feel about them. I hope others watching this get an understanding of what they are all about. Imagine being a senior knowing that you might not be able to play basketball at all in October and November. Imagine being a senior being told the season is now on with masks, but with many rule changes and a ton of uncertainty. Imagine being a senior finding out that at the beginning of all these uncertainties, oh, you also have a new coach, a person that you never really probably would coach. Very few people would have responded in the way that Casey and Julia have. This has been a tremendous season. We have had great success on the court, and more importantly, have been a close-knit team that has had fun. We are family. It is 100% because of these two leaders. Never in a million years would I have thought this basketball season would have been my favorite as a player or a coach. It has been. You have made me a better coach in person, being blessed to be around both of you. I think I finally figured out that coaching is not about wins and losses. It's about relationships. Thank you for allowing me to grow and learn that. Casey is the most improved player in our program. Last year, she was a varsity player that didn't see many opportunities. This year, she has started every game and has been another coach on the floor during practice and in games. She has refused to let injuries stop her, playing hard in practice and games through many. Julia is finishing up her 4th year on varsity and has emerged as one of the finest players in Central Massachusetts. She is also a coach on the floor and has played a major role in mentoring many of the younger players. She is beyond unselfish on the court and has the unique ability to make every single kid on the court a better player. Jules, Casey, you have left a major impact on all of us. Our success this year is because of you. Our success next year will be because of what you did this year. You will be with us in this next step on the journey. This adversity has revealed the character that you have. Your attitudes and work ethic have inspired all. Your teammates look up to you. They love you. I admire you. You are both role models for my youngest daughter. I will use your names with her when she has challenges as she grows up. This season has not just been about basketball. Words cannot express the gratitude and love that I have for both of you. This is not a goodbye. I can't use these words. I know your teammates can't use those words. This is a see you later and the biggest thank you that I can give.
Changing her number for the night. Wearing number 4 and 1, the first and 1 of the night. Will go to Guam, and Big Mace changing her number.